So what is the cost to a restaurant when a reservation comes 15 minutes late? A lot of restaurants, especially in central London, you'll always notice they'll have a 15-minute grace period. What does that mean for the actual service itself when someone comes 15 minutes late? The first thing is sync. Now, with a lot of restaurants, they'll aim to do a certain number of comers in certain half-an-hour periods. For example, it's easier to serve 3 lots of 30 over a course of 90 minutes than 90 lots of 90 at the very end. You can imagine at that stage, very hectic, the chefs are just overwhelmed, so the service, it leads to a very rushed service. When reservations come late, for example, if there's a tube issue, which does happen, or for example, if there's huge amounts of traffic or something like New Year's Eve where people can't coordinate or plan accordingly, which is understandable, what happens is that has a knock-on effect. So the servers get crowded, the kitchen gets crowded. The second thing is, of course, how it impacts other reservations. Now, this is so important, especially for small restaurants like you get in Soho and Covent Garden, where you got 40 seats. If, for example, this is Paro, and you can see from lunch till dinner, there's very minimal slots in between the actual reservations. So, of course, if you can imagine, if someone comes late, it has a knock-on effect on other reservations when it comes to restaurant flow. Where do you sit them? How do you sit them? You can't. Now, of course, when you run a restaurant, you have to be built for that. And very fortunately, one of the things when you look at restaurants, when I predominantly look at restaurants, make sure there's enough space. 120 seats, no matter what happens, you can try and sit customer in somewhere because it's not their fault they're running late. So if you ever try and book a restaurant in central London and you wonder why they have a 10-minute grace period, some these days, even for a booking of 2, charge a £20 fee per person to book. Often it's to do with their restaurant operations. Often they might be a 40, 35-seater restaurant. And those 15 minutes, if you multiply it by 10, it can add up to crucial amounts of revenue in that period of time.